Hello, let's make salmon fried rice. So the very first thing is to put your seasoned salmon trimmings into the pot. No oil, because salmon is a very fatty fish. It's going to produce oil on its own. So we keep stirring, let it fry on one side for a bit. Then you stir, 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 and continue stirring. I know it doesn't look like it's going to produce any oil right now, but keep stirring, let it continue frying. You would be surprised by the amount of oil it's going to produce. I mean, maybe you would not be surprised, but you see. All right, so I kept stirring and I kept stirring, and I'm just going to let it fry continuously for about 5 to 10 minutes on medium to high heat, just to ensure that the fish produces enough oil, because we'll be using the oil from the salmon to make our salmon fried rice. I mean, it's expected salmon fried rice. All right, so after the fish has produced enough oil and I feel like it's fried enough, I remove the salmon trimmings from the pot. Now, the salmon trimmings, they're very cheap. You can get them at your local grocery stores, mostly your Asian grocery stores, for very cheap. You don't need actual salmon, so these are trimmings from the side of the salmon. If you want to use an actual salmon, by all means, feel free to do so. But I use salmon trimmings because they're cheap and they're easy to use as garnishing for fried rice. I removed those that are fried to perfection and left the others to produce a bit more oil and fry a bit more. Once they are done and they're all fried to perfection or they're crispy, remove them from the oil and we're going to save the fish in a separate container. We're also going to sieve the oil. 2/3 of the oil will be left in the pot. 1/3 will be kept in a separate container. So the fish separately, the reserved oil separately. Now we're going to add our rice into the 2/3 of the oil that is in the pot, and you keep stirring. It's supposed to be fried rice, so the rice should fry a bit. So keep frying, and now we're going to add our seasonings. So I'm going to be using fishy seasoning because this fried rice is supposed to be fishy in nature. I will be adding fish seasoning to the rice. Then I'm going to add my chicken bullion cubes, and I'm also going to add my fried rice seasoning from Lazarus. You don't need to use this. If you have it, add it. If you don't have it, skip it. You can add any of your all-purpose seasoning that you have, or you can add garlic powder or black pepper at this point, or you can skip it altogether. Up to you. I added my thyme and my curry powder, and I'm going to continue stirring and frying the rice until everything is well incorporated. Let the rice fry on all sides to ensure that the grains are independent and individual so that you don't have soggy rice. At this point, you can adjust the seasoning to your preference. I added a bit more chicken bouillon cubes and a bit more fried rice seasoning because I prefer my rice a bit more seasoned. So adjust it to your taste bud and then we fry a bit. Now, we see that the rice is looking golden already and the grains are independent. So now we're going to put in water so that the rice can boil and soften. Our rice is done now, so make sure the rice is soft enough for your liking. Once you think it's good enough, transfer it into another pot or a bowl because we're going to be using the same pot to fry our veggies. in the same pot, add the oil that we reserved earlier on. We're going to be adding our thawed out veggies into the pot if you're using frozen veggies. If you're using freshly cut veggies, just put your freshly cut veggies into the oil once it is well heated. I'm adding fish seasoning, and I'm also going to add a bit of curry and chicken bouillon cubes and thyme into the veggies. We're going to fry it until it is crispy for a bit. If you're using thawed out veggies, please ensure that you do not fry it for more than 2 to maximum 4 minutes, because it's going to get soggy pretty easily. But if you're using freshly cut veggies, you can fry it for about 5 minutes, maximum 6 minutes. We don't want soggy veggies. We're going to add in our salmon back into the veggies. Remember that the salmon has seasoning already, so when we're seasoning the veggies, ensure that you are light-handed. You don't want your veggies to be over seasoned, because the rice is also seasoned as well. So you combine and let it fry for a bit. Our veggies is done, so we're going to combine it with the rice that we added into a bowl and then combine it properly. At this point, the rice is ready to be served. But I noticed that my rice was a bit al dente for my liking, and I prefer my rice soft and chewy. So I'm going to add it back into the pot just for a bit so that it can soften a bit more. But look at the rice, so golden. Our rice is done, and of course I had to serve myself. I added a piece of turkey to my rice and I enjoyed it with a chilled glass of juice. When you make it, let me know how it tastes. Enjoy. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.